Well, as you can see, the white iberis are gone. They've gone to seed, but I still have some of the blue, which is like a lobelia, only I forget the name of it. It's not a lobelia, a true lobelia. Got my pansies in my window box and some petunias that are just now starting to puff up. Got the hammock up, got that weeded under the hammock. I still have to do the back portion. But I did get in here. And I got it weeded around my lilies. I have some lilies in there. I've got some sedums, some irises, and peonies. And this patio I did weed, but I haven't blown it because we're still having the pine seeds come down. Boy, things really got knocked over. We must have had a heck of a windstorm last night. And my primroses are still blooming. Got Shasta daisies that are coming. But I did get in there and pulled out the ivy, because the ivy just strangles everything. And it had gone all the way past the red maple. And this week we have the pink peony, which if it keeps raining, it won't open. But you can see how big they are. I took advantage of the rain not being pouring down. Get a few sprinkles every now and again. But I have bugleweed that grows in there and will fill in around the tree. And that'll bloom on and off this summer. I have a moss rose, which is what that pink is there. And I just uncovered all of those. Those were all covered up in grasses. And this year my azaleas did not bloom out here, which was kind of disappointing. I also have my beautiful red rhodie over here. And you can still see remnants of the pink one back there, as well as very, very tall irises. And those irises are the brown and the yellow color. And in between the rhodies, I do have my rosemary, and that's in full bloom. And yes, that is rosemary. If you plant them in your garden, they will get huge. And believe me, I've got enough rosemary to go around for all my recipes. And I also pick it, and I have a gourd that I purchased that's all hollowed out and lacquered. And it looks very Indian-like. And I pick it and I put it in the gourd, and I put it in the bathroom. And it helps to scent the bathrooms. But this is my red rhodie. Just positively beautiful. You can tell I love flowers. And I've got to get out here and do some clipping of the dead fronds on my palm. This is a hardy palm, and it's done nothing. It was probably a foot tall when I bought it, and at its highest point it's like maybe 3, but it's doing nothing. We had 10 to 12 degree temperatures this year, and it did not like it. Oh, I have an allium coming up over here, and I planted a bunch of these at one time, and don't even know if I'm zoomed in on it. Let's see, right there. Planted a bunch of allium at one time in this garden, and only one has survived. We had rabbits, and I don't know whether the wild rabbits were eating them or what, but I do have one left. And Shasta daisies, a panicle hydrangea behind or in front of the rosemary, a forsythia, and I just uncovered peony the other day. I have to continuously clip back the forsythia, otherwise you never get to see the peony. And I also take care of this area. Quite a few years ago we decided that we would do, this is all easement, and we would do plum trees. So we've got 3 plum trees here, and the garden area. And these are some of the fire and ice hostas that I divided up and put out here. And the ones from last year are all the way up there in the circle, and they are huge already. So fire and ice hostas definitely do well in this area. And I'm going to put some daylilies up there later on today. But this has got irises and daylilies and blueberry bushes. The blueberry bushes were something that we decided, you know, would be nice to have for a neighborhood garden. We've got a little girl that comes out and picks them with her mom. And over here is the little park I made. And I used to call it Aria Park because that's the little girl that lives across the street. But my crow took it over. And so I now renamed it and even bought a sign for it, Dipper's Park, because he loves to dip his peanut butter crackers that I give him in the bird bath, and he makes one heck of a mess. But anyway, this was all blackberries at one point, and now it's all pretty flowers. There's another serviceberry tree here, which will give berries for the birds. And then we also have the blue flowers once again. So I think that is about it for the tour. Have the volunteer ferns back there that grow naturally. And once again, get a shot of this roof. This, yeah, we're a rainforest that has now become a jungle. People can't even keep up with their yards because there's so much rain. And we have a deer feed station. And what uses the deer feed station the most is our squirrel population. All right, well, I will say over and out for this week, and keep tuning in for the shorts.